Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm gamesplaining Nova Luna. Nova Luna is a 1 to 4 player game put out by Stronghold Games last year in 2019. When I got this game, I was thinking it's probably going to be a little bit more intricate, I guess is probably the right word for it, than it ended up being. This is a game where you're selecting one of the tiles around a circle. So using the kind of patchwork idea of wherever the counter is up to, you can select any of the next 3 elements and then move the counter along. And that, I like it, I don't mind that, I have no problem with that at all. On the counter that you're selecting, there's a time and you're pushing yourself forward in the time, and anyone who's before you with the amount of time used, it's their go next. So whoever's the last in that line, which means that if you take a tile that has a 7 on it, it's probably going to be a while till you actually get another turn, because the other people at the table might be taking 1s or 3s or 4s to be able to catch up. And even when they do catch up, if they're on top of you, they get to go first. And so there's this whole aspect of if I use that one, it's probably a tile that'll work really well for me, but I'm going to have to sit here for ages waiting for my turn again while the other people are able to take multiple tiles. On the tile, it's showing a combination of different colours, and what that's saying is you need to have those colours next to this tile or in a line if they're of the same colour. And that's pretty much the game. And that sounds really simple, but the amount of thinking that has to go on while you're playing to get that into the right spots is really, really hard. There's elements of oh, if I do this, I'm trying to get these and I'll get that. And sometimes if you can get a couple of the tiles down, you might be able to get 2 or 3 tokens marked all at the same time, simply by having the right things in the right spot. I suggest that this game is very much aimed at someone who has a certain mindset with the way that the game should be played, and other people are really going to struggle with this one. I really enjoyed it. I did play it really finely, and I found that in my last game, the top 2 players were only 1 token off each other. And that's a really important thing to understand. The order in which you go doesn't actually matter at the beginning, because the number of turns you take is directly affected by the size or the time count on each tile that you take. It doesn't actually matter the order in which you go at the beginning. Usually if the person on your left goes first and the person on your right finishes, you've won 1 turn short. In this game, no, you're not a turn short. You just haven't chosen the appropriate path to get there, and the person before you has. And it's a really intriguing little thing. What I found with this game was I expected it to be a heck of a lot harder, a heck of a lot of a more in-depth game than it ended up being. And that's okay, I don't mind that, I have no problem with that. But I think this is rated on Board Game Geek as a 2 point something. Like it's on that lower end of difficulty or complexity that the games need. And I actually really like that. I really like that this game comes in at the easier end of things, and it runs through really quickly. The time element on it says about half hour, and that's not too off. Obviously, if you have more players, then it'll take a little bit longer, but theoretically it's a shorter game. I played this as a filler game while we were waiting for other players to arrive, because we had the right player count to be able to enable it. We were going to go to 5, we had 3 there, and so this plays up to 4 players, but if we had 5 we wouldn't have been able to play this. So I was able to get this one out the other night, and I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad that I got it out and got it to the table. In this game, because you're playing to all of the tiles gone unless someone finishes first, you end up with a mechanism of you're going to get the same tiles coming through all the time. There isn't any transition or any difference on the tiles that come through. Now, because they come out in totally different orders and totally random orders, that's going to change how you play the game or how you see the game each time. And so there's no problem with that. In other games that have a limited number of things, or you're using all the things all the time, I find that you tend to get into a habit of playing one way or another. With this one, you've just got to work with what's actually on the table in front of you, what's sitting in front of you. I feel like with multiple plays, I would get to a point where I can see what I need, or the cards that I need, the tiles that I need, in order to be able to move myself forward and get a quicker win. But that's okay. I don't mind that. I don't think this one's going to come out quite as so often that I will get bored with it. I feel it will come out often because it is quite an easy play, and as I said, to fill up that time while you're waiting for other people, it can come out really nicely. Look, I think I'll leave it there. Please go ahead and watch my Gamesplaned Gamesplanation to get a feel for how the game plays and what it's about. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplaned, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.